Welcome back to the pod, everybody. You are here with the boys of Poi N Soy for our post-credits segment. Post-credits is the segment where we go over the movies, TV, and all-around world entertainment news. With me, as always, are my longtime friends Kieran McKeague and Jalen Holston. Say what's up to the crowd.
Sappy fuckers.
What's going on, crowd? How we doing today, mate? Yeah, it's a good fucking day for movies and shit. Yeah, let's get into it.
Oh, yeah.
We got a fun one for you guys today. We got a couple trailers that dropped this week, as well as, one little headliner rumored report I want to go over with the boys. We're going to go into our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan cast of who we'd love to see in a, maybe of a series, or if they want to do like a movie franchise again, who we think would actually crush it in the roles.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Keone are going to go into a non-spoiler review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which has just released this past week. Absolute banger. We'll get to that when we get to that. But first off...
I don't believe you.
Don't believe you. You better respect this movie, Jalen, or you're just a straight-up hater. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
I will respect nothing.
You will get nothing. Good day, sir.
Good day.
The first thing I want to drop on you guys is a rumor report has kind of come out around the social media sphere that Carl Urban, known for Dredd, Lord of the Rings, The Boys, as Billy Butcher, is rumored to be offered or committed to the role of Johnny Cage in the next Mortal Kombat movie. Wanted to throw it open house to you guys. What are your thoughts on this?
What?
An absolute yes.
Yeah, that's a banger of a pick.
That's great. Talk about a guy that could do some
that pompous kind of personality
right.
too.
That charisma.
Oh yeah.
He can definitely do the physicality. I mean, like that's not going to be an issue for me. Like, yeah, that's right on brand. You know what I mean?
Is he gonna go on that Hugh Jackman cycle of steroids to look fit? Because he's got to do shirtless scenes. It's Johnny Cage.
Yeah, it's
right?
Johnny Cage. I mean? He's gonna have to be like real fit. My only question is, does he do like L.A. Hollywood accent well? I don't like the last American movie I watched. Like he didn't. You could still American tell. Accent. Yeah, but that one's kind of easier to pull off for the Brits. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you know what I mean. But like the last, like I'm thinking back to, I guess. God, was it Red? Maybe with Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
him.
Yeah, like that's the last time I remember him having an American accent, and it was pretty. You could tell he was definitely not American.
Yeah.
In that
like
one,
Doom,
maybe Doom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my only question: is like, can he pull off the L.A. Hollywood accent? Because the last Johnny Cage guy definitely had that kind of look to him. So it's yeah. We'll see, but yeah, I think it's a great pick. I that's my only wonder is like how well is he going to pull off American? You know?
Point. Yeah,
I think they should have just casted Scott Adkins in that role because boy,
literally perfect. Like
I thought Thad Castle would have been a great Johnny Cage.
Oh, he would have.
He would have crushed it.
Yeah,
he would have crushed that.
No, Mortal Kombat.
Is that coming soon?
Oh boy,
you know what I mean?
Damn.
But,
we got to FanCast that or Street Fighter. Like, one of those two
definitely doing Street Fighter.
I think Street Fighter is definitely on the table. I would definitely like to do a Street Fighter.
We'll definitely hit that before the actual like.
Mine will include Kristen Krug, and I will redeem her with a wonderful ensemble because she deserved more.
I don't think she should be Chun-Li.
How dare you? First of all,
because what is Chun-Li known for?
Action. Combat, which she
you know exactly what she's known for. Don't dance around it, motherfucker.
Okay, well they weren't like it was there's a reason she took the script. Okay, like come on, let's calm it down. All right. Otherwise, Cammy is gonna basically be a stripper too. We've all played the game. Can't be dressing like that in the 2023 Street Fighter movie.
Who's the actress? I'm sorry.
Lana Lang from Smallville.
Oh, got you.
My heart.
Okay, got you.
Should have been cast in the adaptation for the Scarlett Johansson one was
Akira? No.
Damn it! Now I'm
Ghost in the
Shell. Yeah, because she is Asian descent. So sorry.
Well,
huge miss.
Funny how that works, right? Hollywood.
Weird. Got a woman
we
that
want
can
more
clearly
do
martial arts and is
all right,
in
that's
fact
a little stereotypical. Okay, come on.
Do we want more of you? No.
No.
Girl, we won on Oscars this past season. All right.
No, I mean you specifically.
Oh.
It's just
You don't want one.
No,
You don't want one.
you.
You don't want one. That's true. I won't fight that one.
All right.
But the next thing we're gonna hit, and this also, I wasn't too hyped after just seeing like the sizzle reel teaser trailer, but Dune 2, the official trailer, released this week, and right on.
Woo!
Better looks at a little
Yes!
more look at Dave Bautista, you got a little more Florence Pugh. You got Austin Butler looking crazy as hell.
Yeah, bro.
I'll throw it over to you first, Jalen. What were your thoughts on it?
God damn, I need it now. It's like heroin. I have to have it in my veins. I want to snort it, all of it. Yes, give it to me immediately. I cannot wait for this second
Don't do drugs, kids.
iteration of the film.
He's like, let the spice flow.
Let the spice get in you. Because good God, I mean, Timothee Chalamet. How many Oscars is this kid gonna end up with by the time it's all said and done? This kid is gonna be. I mean, he is something else. The last film I think was way more dramatic from his specific role and what he was doing. This looks like he's now gonna be getting more into the action lead role. Like the dude was running onto the giant worm, surfing like it was nothing. And it was just rallying it was great. I can't wait to see this phase 2 of when the rebellion really starts to take back what is his, given how his dad passed away in the last movie, but played by Oscar Isaac and all that good stuff. So seeing the prince rise to prominence, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see more Zendaya, obviously, because God,
we only got so much of her last movie.
Don't we all just love that girl? My God, what an absolute treat coming out of the Disney vault there. Well done, guys.
Tom Holland was watching that trailer.
Hey, bro, you better back it up.
Get the fuck
better calm it down, bro.
Bro, I'm Spider-Man.
Huh? Yeah, bro. You better. But yeah, I loved it. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Yes, more Dune.
Keone, what were some highlights that you saw from the trailer?
It's funny because the first thing I thought was like, how can they make a dude that is so like ridiculously good looking as Austin Butler looks so creepy in the trailer?
It really did.
Yeah, immediately I was like, wow. First of all, if Elvis was his coming out party, like if he performs well in this, like he's another one, dude. He's like attached to a rocket right now, and I would love to see him show up and show out because this is definitely going to be the movie that'll put him up there because this is one of those all eyes
big
are on
IPs.
it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm so curious to see how good he does in the movie. Obviously, Bautista, I've already praised him more than enough times on here.
Love the guy.
He's fantastic in every.
What a phenomenal transition. That's how you actually do it, Dwayne. In case you were wondering.
Legit, exactly. And John Cena. Well, you're another one.
Like, to be fair, I think John Cena's actually tried to get some different, more. Yeah. I think he's doing great for.
I'd like to see him in like different roles. I feel like most of the time is.
But he knew comedy was his niche, and I think he morphed himself into that. Dave knew he could do comedy, but he's also stretched himself into more of some of those dramatic things. Whereas
that's true.
And then The Rock is
just
okay.
Every role he's the Rock.
He's the Rock.
So,
some bitch.
Even his most dramatic in Gridiron Gang, it was still just like, can you smell what the football is cooking? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of where I fell on that one.
It doesn't matter what your name is. Anyway, I was like, for this movie, like the cast is, I mean, it was already ridiculous for the first one. So for them to go out and just get every freaking huge name, Florence Pugh, I mean, she's another one just way up there with all these
trending up. Invest now.
Legit, exactly.
Jesus,
she is so phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, it looks really good. The art from like the first movie to this one, you could already tell it looked beautiful. So it still continues to look beautiful. The makeup work looks freaking phenomenal. I just can't wait to see it because the first one definitely sold me on this entire universe, and it looks like it's just gonna be banger after banger. Is this like, if I remember correctly, I feel like it's supposed to be like 7 movies or something like that.
I think they're just doing 2.
Are they?
I don't know if they're. So. I think they're. I mean, 2 based off of what has been publicly known IP. I think they're going to continue with the books that were never made for the screen. From what I think that's what my understanding was. But gotcha. At least I don't know further into the books if it does revolve around Paul Atreides at all. But I think these two movies are just that kind of remake of what the original was back in the 80s or whenever it was.
I believe, yeah, maybe that's where these two out the gate. But I'm pretty sure they have plans to continue making the Dune franchise because they shot these. I think they shot these back to back, if I'm not mistaken, which is why they can get them out so quickly. And I feel like depending on the early buzz, they'll probably start pre-production on 3 if they can have some similar success. Because again, the first one ended, and I know it was like a 4-hour movie, or it felt like it, but I was like, it ended, and I'm like,
this movie
keep going.
Money.
What the hell? Keep going. I did not feel like 3 hours. Like, what the hell? We were just getting started, bro. So I just
Zendaya in person
for real.
Yeah,
I was so upset. So yeah, I'm so excited and can't wait. I know it's gonna be another 3-hour movie. They'll probably get done and have the same reaction of like, what the hell? Why are you stopping? What are you doing?
I don't know who this character is, but it's so good. I just do like a whole I need like half an hour of just that guy.
I think I tried to do like disappointed Filipino for some reason. I don't know what that was. That was the whole bit there.
What are you doing?
What are you doing there? What the hell?
Go stop it there, Joseph. What are you doing? Oh, Jesus.
Disappointed Filipino. Cancel us right now.
I know. We're done.
Let's cancel Jalen.
Does it matter if I'm black doing an accent of a Filipino? Or is that going to be...
Filipino?
It's fine. Hey. It's fine, guys.
But yeah, I think, for sure this movie is it's getting my hype up more and more. And I am intrigued actually because I know he pretty much started filming this right after he completed Elvis. So try to get away from the Elvis voice, see what Austin Butler does with
that was one thing I was gonna note. Yeah, I'm so curious because his voice has changed so dramatically.
There's a Paul, I'm here to kill you.
That would be phenomenal. Holy shit. Just walks right up to Chalamet and like, oh, baby. Here in the desert. Got a lot of sand in my boots.
My blue suede shoes.
So amazing. Oh, my God.
But we're rooting for you, Austin.
We are, bro.
But also
You're doing great, dude. Jesus.
Oh, God. Please don't cancel us, everybody.
We're done for.
Another trailer that came out, not exactly as big and hyped as Dune was.
I was going to say, you should have went with that one first.
Maybe. Yeah.
I had it written down as a list of my show notes, and I just kind of went with it. But a movie based on a true story regarding the game Gran Turismo, where a company makes a competition for the top racing video gamers for the game. In kind of like I don't know what you would call it, like isn't there a certain name for it? The actual, where they use the actual wheel and gear shifts.
Oh, I think in general, I just give it the blanket. It's an esports competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what it was, but.
And it's based on the story where this company was looking to train this group, and the top racer of that group would become an actual professional driver. The movie is starring Orlando Bloom and David Harbour, and I don't know the name of the actual racer. Does anyone know?
I don't. I didn't even know the story was a thing.
Jann Mardenborough.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
But it is based on a true story. So we were talking off pod, but I'll let Jalen kind of describe what you felt regarding this being kind of a video game centric IP.
I was just it's delightful confusion is the only way I can describe it, because like it's a movie based on a very popular video game IP, but it's also not, because it's a true story, but it's also a video game that's it's a whole lot of things. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening, but I didn't know I needed Orlando Bloom and David Harbour so much in my life, because I think that pairing from the trailer is what blew me away the most. Is like, wow, no, these guys look like I want to watch a lot of their interactions, because Orlando Bloom, I don't think gets enough credit for how much range he actually does have as an actor. I think he's phenomenal. obviously the Pirates franchise did what it did to his career and what have you. But overall, I think Orlando Bloom's a very solid actor. And then you put him against David Harbour, who's he's playing more of the same, but like he does that role really fucking well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So no one's complaining really. So I think having those two on screen to kind of lead the more non-popular group of actors that are going to be in the film is a chef's kiss on how you produce a film and try to make it marketable for a pretty wide audience. And I think it's going to cover an interesting population of people, because if you don't know what Gran Turismo is, you might just go to watch a racing movie. But then if you know what it is, and you might not even know the true story, so you're going to go watch it because it's technically kind of a video game movie of sorts.
Definitely.
So I think it's interesting. I think it'll do sneakily well at the box office. Not great, but definitely sneakily well, if I had to predict how it would do opening weekend and beyond.
And I'm really glad you brought that up, because I was going to throw it over to Keone. I was going to say, do you think a movie like this, based off of the game Gran Turismo, is probably going to hit harder in worldwide box office sales as comparison to domestic? Just because I would assume, especially based off of the people who were cast for the movie, playing the game in the movie, it's a lot of Europeans overseas. It's a game that's not necessarily our bread and butter here, but over there, that could be something that's like, I mean, they shut down the streets of Milan to do the F1 racing.
Yes.
Like it's a thing over there. Like, it's huge.
Oh, yeah.
So do you think this is going to be kind of like a lopsided box office hit overseas?
Yeah, not just for that reason alone, but also the fact that PS5 and PlayStation in general has always done so well overseas. So I feel like because of that loyalty to not only the game base, but also the racing aspect of it, like it'll definitely hit overseas because of that. Because I mean, PlayStation seems to always outsell Xbox in every country. Sometimes it's a mixed bag here, but in every other country, it's usually PlayStation.
Yeah,
100%. So, you guys didn't have to hit me with two different versions of it, but yeah, I mean, it for sure is going to do really well. I got to give a shout out to the main actor. I don't even know his actual name, but he was from that show on Apple TV Plus with Jason Momoa. So
is that what he's from? Good for him.
Yes,
Big leaps here.
Yeah, he played Momoa's son in that one. So I mean,
okay.
Props to him for having a phenomenal run in that show and then showing up in this one, because I mean, I think he's another one, just another young guy, relatively unknown. If this does well and he does play it well, he's another one. I think they're just gonna slowly, buy some stock in this kid, because he did phenomenally in the show C. He made you hate him a lot of times, but anyway. But yeah, going deeper into it, Gran Turismo, I think it looks like it's going to be just a surprise banger. So I'm curious to see it. Not sure if I'll be in a rush to see it, but
yeah,
I still want to see it. Yeah,
I don't know. I know that movies involving racing cars, all that good jazz. There's something once you're in that theater and that surround sound just hits like everyone's just like, yeah, I made the right choice coming to watch.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
And like you said, young actor who's up and coming. If he does play out well, this looks like a very dramatic role, especially for his character.
Yeah,
this could be his coming out party. And I would relate this to maybe, what was the movie? Chris Hemsworth's Fast. Was that?
Yeah, that was the one
where
that showed that
kind of his dramatic.
Range.
Yeah, and it wasn't exactly the best movie, it wasn't the most popular movie, but it allowed him to grow himself as an actor. So this could absolutely be something for them. And always good to see Orlando Bloom back on screen. I feel like it's been a minute. He's doing his daddy thing with Katy Perry now, and I'm just glad he's back on the screen.
I forgot he was with Katy Perry. Honestly, that's crazy. Yeah, good for him.
But now the moment we've all been waiting for, our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers FanCast. Now, to save some time, save some Morphin time. We'll go one by one and list out our characters, and I believe we're doing the 6 Rangers and Zordon and Alpha 5.
That's what I wrote down. Yes,
I did as well. Perfect.
Yeah.
Synergy. Boom.
Synergy.
So
who would love to go first?
Keone, it's all you.
Yeah, I feel like because you guys are you're gonna drop probably more banger.
Oh, I've got bangers.
I've got some debatable takes, but
I also have some of those as well.
I feel like I usually
honest.
pick kind of like the more like low key picks, like people that most people don't know, and I'm just trying to give them the spotlight a little bit and put them into these spots. So that's why I kind of always like going first, just because I feel like it's like normally when I say the name, people are like,
Huh?
"Who's that?"
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Who do you say? What?
Anyway, but there are a few that for sure you guys. I'm gonna say maybe at least one or two of these may be a popular pick amongst us. I'm not sure where our lists are going, but you said you want to go one by one or all of them?
I mean, one person at a time, but you'll go through your list.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we'll start with X Ranger, and then all of us will say that, and then we'll go down our. Or are we just doing all the way through?
Just for time's sake, just I feel like if we go one, it might.
It might
roll over too long.
All right, continue.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna start with Trini because I do feel like Mike and putting it out there because we didn't necessarily say it. This is going to be purely based on the original Mighty Morphin group. So all the characters, who they were when they initially started the show. So
Jason, Billy, Zach, Trini, Kimberly, Tommy.
Yeah,
just so anyone gets any confusion.
So for my Trini pick, I went with a relatively unknown actress, but she was from a movie called The Half of It on Netflix. I don't know if anybody got a chance to see it, but she was fantastic in it. She played the main character in the movie. But anyway, her name is Leah Lewis, but she's, oh, I think or are you just mouthing?
I'm just
mouthing. I thought you're muted. Yeah, I was like, you're muted. I was like, but you're mouthing it. I thought you were muted. But anyway,
I was just typing her up to see who she was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, same.
Leah Lewis. So if you look her up from The Half of It, phenomenal actress in that movie.
Oh, okay. I've seen
yes, wonderful choice there. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah.
You just why is she a wonderful choice, guys? No, just anyway, moving on to the next.
Tell me.
She looks like she just fits the part. You know what I mean?
Quit while you're behind, Bailey. Quit while you're behind.
But anyway, yeah. So Leah Lewis for my Trini Yellow Ranger. Yeah. So and she does have not because but she does have martial arts experience. So.
Like we really have to just clarify this, guys.
Yeah. So
it's really
that. But she does fit the role really well, and I think she's a great actress.
Excellent.
Moving on to my Black Ranger, Zach. It's funny because I was like, should I try to go something different? But honestly, like in my head, I was like, hip hop keto has to be a thing. It can't just be any other person for this Ranger. So I went with Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things.
Okay. All right. Yes. Some Stranger Things love.
Woo! Yeah, right? It's funny because I had a feeling he was going to be one of those picks.
I'll full disclosure, he is the youngest of my cast.
He is not on my list, but I do have some Stranger Things love. So
he is there. No. He might be one of the younger ones, I think, for mine as well. But yeah, anyway, going into my next one, I picked Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. I went with somebody who I think just plays she's good in damn near everything she does, and she's very young as well. I went with Isabella Merced, who was Dora the Explorer. Actress. Okay. Yeah. She was also from, I believe, one of the Transformer movies. I forgot which one she was in.
The Last Night.
Yeah, that one. And then she was also in that
one. Okay. Yes.
The adopted family film that I forgot what the movie was called. But anyway, yeah, she's a fantastic actress. Everything I've seen her, she's just phenomenal. I didn't watch Dora the Explorer, but
yes, 21, great age to pull off the high school. Yes, well done. Yes,
and everything other than that, she's been great. So I picked her for Kimberly. Moving on to Billy. This one, it was so hard because I was back and forth between two actors for this one, but I wanted to do somebody who was nerdy, but just, could still, look like he's got something going on. So I actually went with Cholo Mariduena for my Billy. Initially, I actually had him, but like I said, initially he was the Black Ranger, but then I was like, no, you can't get rid of hip hop keto and throw just some random, like he has to be Caleb McLaughlin. But yeah, so I put Cholo Mariduena as my Billy for this one, so he'll be a little bit of the nerdier cast for this one. Then moving up to my Jason, this is a little bit different of a take, but I don't know if any of you saw the Dash and Lily series on Netflix.
I did
Like
not.
a Christmas special. No, all right. Anyway, for that one, this young actor, his name is Dante Brown. I think he was probably one of the best parts of that entire series. But yeah, I think he'd be a fantastic actor. He's another one that also does have a martial arts background, so I thought that fit really well for what I see Jason being, which hopefully this one is a little bit more prominent of a leader, because like I think sometimes I've mentioned where like sometimes it's just like you want Jason to be that guy. This kid definitely has it in spades. He's got the charisma. He's got just the overall package. And like I said, it was very important for me to pick somebody who I thought could actually do the action part and make it look, realistic. And then for my Tommy, I went with somebody that I think was a lot of people's Jason picks. And I did see that he was fan casted in a lot of Jason picks, but I went with Tanner Buchanan from Cobra Kai. Uh, yeah,
Saw a lot of that for Jason.
yeah, because I think
he has
the
that
reason why I
Chad
like,
energy.
yeah, I like him better as Tommy because of how he played out in Cobra Kai, because he was kind of back and forth, and like you saw him as a good guy then a bad guy, and I think that's kind of what you want to see from Tommy. And then obviously as he redeems himself more in Cobra Kai, just like Tommy Oliver does, like you kind of see that heroic side come out of him, and he becomes kind of like the pseudo leader for the team. So I think that he'd be a great pick for that. Obviously, he handles the physicality stuff very well. He's a very fit dude too, so it kind of gives that extra alpha kind of push for himself as well. But yeah, so that was my pick for Tommy Oliver. Moving on to Zordon. It's funny because this one took me a while, and I was debating whether or not it had to be more about the voice or the physical kind of like the bald headed lookingness of the character.
I leaned more towards the voice.
Yeah,
for mine.
but ultimately I went with somebody that I know secretly can just do that kind of stuff, and he can perform very well, and I thought it'd just be an interesting little nugget for all of us Power Ranger fans. I actually put David Yost as the person to take over.
My man,
because
connection,
right,
segue.
just have it. It's almost like he sort of becomes a pseudo,
full circle.
Yeah,
full circle.
exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, I thought you guys would enjoy that one. But yeah, I should have probably told you guys my alpha before I said Zordon. But anyway, it was like, and then for alpha, I thought because of the voice of Alpha from the original ones, I wanted him to have that kind of quirky voice, and I thought it just would add so much more appeal to his character to be kind of like. He was always kind of like a comedic-ish character, but he was also the heart, and I think somebody who does that very well is actually Will Friedle.
Right
yeah.
on, Unstoppable. Okay,
Yeah, I was like,
I like
it.
it.
Bring it old school, bringing it back in.
That voice acting, I think he kills it. So, and obviously, like with Alpha 5, you want him to kind of, slowly have the voice in there, but also be kind of able to do it without being on screen. So, yeah, those were my choices.
Right on, good
Mighty
list.
Morphin
I'll go first because you are our Mighty Morphin connoisseur. So I'll do it first.
Thank you. Yes.
My hot debatable thing, and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is about teenagers being given these gifts. I'm going for college age. I think that when I used to watch the show, felt like it was such it was such a college town energy rather than like, oh yeah, let's go to the local juice shop. I was like, if it's really that urban of an area, it's not that close of a community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I went for a little bit more college age. The first pick that I have, for my Billy, and the only reason I did this is he's kind of has an awkward side to him, but I went with young Mazzino from Beef.
Oh,
he has the physicality to be a ranger. He's kind of have this awkward side to him. He can play a little nerdy going into it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this kid give it a go. Right? He's gonna get some more roles. Might as well.
Right.
For my Trini, I actually went with Ritu Arya, who is from Umbrella Academy. She's the Indian English actress. I forgot her name in the show.
Oh, yes, wonderful. Yes, I know.
Those
Yes.
martial arts, she's kind
Once
of
you-
like
gotcha.
once
yeah,
you
yeah,
said
yeah,
that-
yeah,
yeah.
It's
It's his girlfriend, the crazy.
no,
Yeah.
fake had a
yeah,
kid, but didn't really have a kid. And I was like,
Great Trini pick. I like it.
I
Yeah.
went with that. I was like,
Alright.
I feel like she can carry that well.
Mhm.
I too, as the Black Ranger, had Caleb McLaughlin, so that synergy there.
Well
'Cause
done,
he's
guys.
that awkward and but he's also kind of like a badass and has the dancing and
exactly.
for my Kimberly, I actually went with Grace Carolyn Curry,
Really?
the actress who played Mary in Shazam 2.
Oh, that is a good one.
An interesting pull, as I also have some Shazam love. Well done, everyone. We were the amount of synergy in this room. So
And
great.
then for my Jason, I actually went with he's not as known, but he is going to be playing the main role of President Snow in the new Hunger Games movie coming out later this year.
Yeah.
Tom Blythe.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
a great Jason pick.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of him, but from what I
Mm-hmm.
can tell, he seems like he can carry that kind of charisma that you want from Jason starting out before Tommy gets
Mm-hmm.
introduced. He seems like he can kind of play that dramatic role as well as like a bit of a badass.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, might as well.
I'm trying to
Little
remember what I had him in before that. Yeah, I can't remember.
little bit of a recycled pick, but for Tommy, I have Noah Centino.
Mm.
Kind of carry that also
Very
badass. He can kind of
interesting.
play a bit of a
What is he
dick.
from?
Noah Centino. He was Atom Smasher in Black
Gotcha.
Adam.
Yeah, I thought that
and
was in. I thought that
All
was
the
an actor,
boys
but I
I've ever
didn't-
loved or whatever that series
Mhm.
was.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, he was my pick for that because I feel like him and Tom look like they could just kind of compete, friendly competition to be that
Mhm.
leader. And then of course you want Noah to kind of have that villain side to him coming into
Oh, yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
for my alpha, I have Pete Davidson.
Yes. Yes.
That's a good
Yes.
I wouldn't have picked
A
it until
banger.
I saw the trailer for Transformers. Like, this is my alpha right here.
this guy knows
right
what is
here.
going on. Yeah.
I don't know. His voice kind of has that like
That is a
nasally feel
recognizable
to
voice
it.
too. Yeah, well
Little
done.
awkward, quirky.
Oh yeah,
Probably played like the innocent robot at the same time.
yeah.
And then of course, for Zordon, I had to go with someone who just has that voice. I went with Idris Elba.
Damn.
Because he won't need to physically be there. He
Nope.
can come in, do the voice
Yeah.
acting,
Speak.
done,
Yeah.
deal. He's out. And can you just imagine that voice?
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll keep his accent, but either way, it doesn't matter. He's an
Yeah.
alien. He can have whatever accent he wants.
Hell of a yeah.
He can have
Exactly.
Elvis accent.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it
awesome.
really doesn't matter. I think that's what's one thing he doesn't really have to have an accent. Like that's perfect. Yeah.
No.
Or
But
specific accents.
that is my list for my college age set because you can at least play a little longer into it with this
Yeah.
Well said.
A
Well
little bit,
done,
yeah.
sir.
Absolutely.
Well done. Banger after banger.
Yeah. Wow. Those are some tough lists to follow. I'm humbled at the opportunity here, but I also had a similar track. My group is it's kind of a hodgepodge age wise. It could go older, it could go younger, but I think probably maybe older because I really went for a cast that can deliver some heavy content as far as the in between morph stuff, like the development and the chemistry of these characters, because I do think in a world where if we wanted to make a Power Rangers movie that was really geared towards the issues that are going on, we have children being abducted to go fight in an intergalactic war that they had no business signing up for. There is a lot of shit that would go on there, and I feel like we haven't really dug into that too much. So I went for actors that could deliver some very dramatic and great dialogue and obviously keep up with the action.
There we go.
So going down my Rangers, first and foremost, Karen Fukuhara from The Boys. She's going to be my Trini.
Ooh.
I think, physicality, I would love to see her be able to actually speak more because obviously I've only really seen her in The Boys. So I know she's done other things. So I know she can probably bring that role. And obviously, without saying anything, she does a fantastic job in The Boys from an acting perspective. So I know that clearly if there was dialogue being given, she could pull it off and be just phenomenal.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So my Kimberly, I went with some Shazam 2 love. I got Rachel Zegler because I think she was amazing in Shazam
absolutely.
2. And she has that like embodiment of like a Pink Ranger look to her. I don't know if it's just like the eyes or maybe how her face is or something, but she really imbues
There's
that like
another one.
Pink Ranger Kimberly. Yes, and she's gonna
Purchase
be
some
just
stock. Yeah.
woo.
Well, she's gonna
Like-
be Snow White, isn't she?
Yeah,
I think
that's what
so,
I'm saying.
yeah.
She's
Purchase
already
that
off and
stock
running.
now.
She's-
Purchase it already. No,
she's
like,
rolling.
now before.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For my Zach, I went a little bit back towards my CW roots, and I wanted Keenan Longsdale. I think he did a phenomenal
Oh.
job playing Wally West.
Yeah,
he
Wally
can
West.
Right
he
on.
can sing, he can
Right on.
dance, he can do action, he can do dramatic. Like he got to do everything on The Flash. So all of those things, I think he could bring to Zach and be a fantastic Black Ranger for the movie.
That show.
And then that brings me into my Stranger Things love, because I actually wanted Nick Robinson to be my Billy. Considering the events of this last season, he can maybe play a conflicted person experiencing some feelings about things.
What is that?
And maybe we could bring that into the forefront, because that is a very real thing that David Yost went through and whatnot. So my Jason is actually your boy, Noah Centino. I think he should be more of the Red Ranger leader. He has a great screen presence, I feel, whenever, because that's what if they're doing a reboot, I think that's something you have to nail, is that we have to believe in Jason as a leader like we did on the old show
Sure.
before
That's
Tommy
very
gets there, because that made the JDF stuff traject more, because he really did have to overcome that dynamic.
I feel that.
And because I think my reboot is going to be a little bit slower paced, I don't want to introduce a Green Ranger, but we will see Tommy. And to introduce that, I picked none other than the Timothee Chalamet, because I think it's time
Swinging for
that
the fences,
I
are ya?
am swinging for the fences. I think introducing him just as Tommy to kind of create that triangle between him, Jason, and Kimberly already.
Son of a...
Incredible dynamic, and of course then we give the little teaser at the end for my other
We saw
castings.
him do too. He can hold that little.
Oh, he sure
dagger.
can.
He
The
knows
little
what I'm
dagger.
saying.
He knows what's going on. Dragon sword. That's exactly it. As soon as I saw the dagger, I'm like, that's it. That's my Tommy right
You
there.
are
This guy.
him.
This
Boom.
guy. Boom. Give him the gold plate diamond thing he's got. He's good to go. So I did add a couple extra castings just to fill out the why I have Tommy in there. But I will get to my Zordon first, and then this is going to be definitely out of left field, and no one will see this coming. But I wanted my Zordon to embody that leadership quality. Zordon was kind of like a parental role to a lot of our Rangers, and he also provided a lot of wisdom. However, we're flipping the script. I picked Angela Bassett to be my Zordon, and I think having
Hey,
her
Auntie.
either be
Okay.
exactly Auntie Zordon would be great.
You're trying to win some Emmys in this motherfucker.
I said I want delivery of some heavy content. All right, and I'm going for it.
Here.
I want it now. My Alpha 5, I thought more voice as well, kind of like you guys, and I picked Jack Black. I mean, come on, you gotta. I think if Jack Black is your Alpha, tell me he would not crush it if that is the role he was given.
Rangers.
Oh my god, I could see it now. It'd be so great. I would love to have Jack Black be my Alpha 5.
You know what I'm talking about?
Just makes a song out of it for no reason. And honestly, I think if you talked him into it, he would just go in a suit and do it, like without any hesitation. Like he would put just a big chunky alpha. Yeah.
Oh, guys.
Like I could totally see him doing it either way.
Oh, bruh.
And so that brings me to my 2 bonus castings that I did, because these are some of the more perennial antagonists that we do see in the Power Rangers series that will round out this first film to kind of set the tone. I would like this to start fairly early and develop this relationship for the sake of Timothee Chalamet being my big dramatic hitter. Obviously, the origins of that come from Rita Repulsa. So I casted Zoe Saldana to be Rita in my film.
Dang.
And then I also
And
casted
then they're gonna fall in love
to
and-
play her husband. I casted the Adam Driver to play a younger, not distorted version of Lord Zed. So that duo will then influence the young Timothee Chalamet to do their evil biddings exclusively. So that is my Power Rangers
It's
fan
funny
cast.
because I casted those two, but now I don't want to say my castings because of Jaden's casting.
I was like, right when you said Angela Bassett as Zordon, and I was thinking like, there's gonna be a part of I am the most powerful being in the universe, and I have no physical body.
Have I not given everything?
Literally everything.
I want my Emmys now.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
But
my
yeah, I was
God.
swinging for Oscars. I'm swinging for just pure, great, character-driven movie quality because we know the action will be there. All you gotta do is hire a good stunt team, get some good fight choreo in there. The morphing and the special effects are not the issue.
You could always
If
have
we
stunt doubles and suits.
exactly,
You don't need them to fight.
if we get the actors to deliver the other content in a Power Rangers film that is there just waiting to be mined for a real piece of cinema, then yes, that was my MO. Like, this is a movie that needs to be like
This
really
can
fleshed
be a
out and
successful
Agreed.
franchise if you do it correctly.
Yeah.
Less camp,
Just do
little
it.
more drama. Let's get
Yeah.
into it.
just dive on. There can be camp in there, but just drive. It's teen drama stuff. We watch that shit all. The Riverdale exists. You know what I mean? Like, people watch that shit. Just make it happen.
Do you know how long One Tree Hill was on TV? Because
My
people love
God.
drama.
Friday Night Lights. It keeps
Boom.
going, guys. Come on.
You guys love the drama. Now you love like
All-American.
reality
There's
drama.
another
but-
one.
Yeah.
On there
Yeah,
now.
All-American.
I was like,
All
man,
American.
Ugh,
Great one.
come on.
Yeah.
But great fan cast, everyone. I like that. It was
unreal.
like you
Very
said, a little
diverse.
hodgepodge. Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely mixed it up a bit.
As I said, we
Yeah,
had a
like I
very-
said, my cast could definitely go older, or they could go way younger. It
Mm-hmm.
kind of depends on where you want to do it. But good actors were in the building. That was my.
yeah.
I want good actors delivering the good stuff.
Hey, if you want us to cast you guys for Angel Grove and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, come and talk to the Poi N Soy podcast.
Come on,
Let
over.
you know what's good to go.
We got you.
Come on,
guys.
Plus, if it's like a
Hit us
10
up.
episode series, or if they do make it a movie, these are actors that fully well can just do that 10 episode series. Boom. How many
Well done.
actors nowadays that are A-listers do these short series
Yeah.
and then just move on, do their own thing? This is something very easy. You have
do it.
freaking Pedro Pascal not even stepping foot on set once in season 3 of Mandalorian because we know it's a stunt double in the suit the whole time, and he just
We
does the
know.
voice acting. You only need them for so much. You'll be good
Yes.
to go.
Exactly.
But good stuff,
Man.
guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
These fan casts are always bangers.
Yeah. They're so
Um,
fun.
They are.
And the
they
last
really
thing
are.
we'll do, Keone and I will kind of take the reign on this, is give you guys a little bit of a non-spoiler in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I believe it just opened up to 260 million worldwide opening weekend, and I believe
Yeah.
120 for domestic opening weekend.
Mhm.
Right
Absolutely
on
good
pace,
stuff. Yeah, because I think the previous ones were around the same opening
Yeah.
weekend.
And their
um,
budgets. I mean, that's where you have to open to at least get
Yeah.
the budget back. So they're fine. That's a great.
And
They
shout
did
out
it.
to Super Mario Bros. For hitting $1 billion. Like
1.1 billion. As of
that's
this weekend.
crazy, bro.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
It's
Go see it. Quick 90-minute movie.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Not the movie I would have
Fantastic.
picked, but that's crazy. Good job.
no.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, the non-spoiler
$1 billion.
review of I lost my train of thought. Guardians of the
Guardians.
Galaxy Volume 3.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I had a yawn. I was like, and
Yeah,
I-
that's how trash James Gunn is that you forget the name of
Okay,
his
here we
movie
go.
instantly.
You're-
For
The
those
door
who are
was
wondering,
open, and
Jalen
I'm
hasn't
going
seen
through
it
it.
yet,
I
so-
will say
Yeah.
They're out of the movies that have come out sans No Way Home, just because I'll relate that to more of a Sony movie for
Yeah,
the time
true.
being.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Since Endgame, I feel like this is the most prominent rewatchability movie that has come out for MCU.
Wow.
This movie, like, because it hits on all cylinders: emotion, disturbance, violence, action, comedy. Everything is mixed into one, and you don't have to see anything other than maybe the first two Guardians movies, and maybe Holiday Special just for Mantis being his sister and all. But really, you don't have to see any other MCU movies. This is a
Spoiler alert, Nolan. Gosh, hello. What if people didn't see the holiday special?
Well, that's their fault. It's available for you to watch.
That one's free. That's been out for a while.
It's
so.
only been out for 6 months, guys.
Go watch it though; it's fun. But yeah, this movie hit the ground running. Non-spoiler, the trailer kind of gives you the information that this does give a lot into Rocket's backstory, his creation, I guess you could call it, as well as the conclusion of this group of Guardians story together. But I'll let Keone throw it over to you first. What were some thoughts that you had regarding the movie?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I was like, my initial reaction after concluding was just in general for a superhero movie perspective. This was probably my favorite movie since the Batman.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it's high praise considering I thought the Batman was the best movie of that year. And I definitely think that this has, yeah, I mean, the critics say it in the trailer, and usually you don't really buy into that because a lot of times it's just like fake whatever. It's like whatever.com said this or whatever. But I mean, I really do give it that praise that it may have been the best film since Endgame. Like as far as like just Marvel content, just a movie that was a standalone, didn't have to throw in the Avengers label and make it that kind of story. Like for me, it hit every note, man. Like from top to bottom, every single emotion that they threw into here. Like, and I mean, like I said, I still am firmly on the side of Jay, where I think that when it comes to the DC stuff, I'm still
There's
very
some reservations
skeptical.
for sure.
Very much so. And I think some of the decisions already he's made, horrible, absolutely horrible. But what he did with this film, and I think the fact that they gave him the freedom to just do with it as he pleases, and I got to give all the freaking I got to give him credit, man. Like James Gunn did his thing in this film. Like this was one of the best films I've seen from the Marvel side, especially for a very long time. So it was really good, man. I think if you haven't seen it, and I think this is the first time I'm actually probably gonna go see it again. Like I'm gonna go to the theater and watch it again because I enjoyed it that much as a theater experience, especially. It was phenomenal, man. And for
Yeah.
me, yeah, I mean, it's like you said, the disturbing stuff. I think it's funny because like I was talking to a coworker after it about the film, and it's funny how there are moments where like I know Bianca's gonna cry, but there are moments where
There were
I was,
multiple moments.
yeah, bro.
And I was like,
when
"Hey."
they say it hits you, like you feel it, and as like especially just from what you kind of mentioned already, like the backstory stuff and all, like it hits hard. So I said, for me, it literally like there was a moment I think I like had to do one of those like
Huh?
yeah, like just like
Get back in there, tear.
I know. It's like I gotta go to the bathroom. No, it's just like make an excuse.
I was
But
like, I didn't
yeah.
want to blink because maybe like water would just
Yeah, like
no,
just
no.
one drop drops. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it hit, man. So like for
Wow.
me, this it was. I mean, I hate to do it because I know my boy over here. Like you know what I mean. Like
No, it's fine because it sounds
Yeah.
like he did everything possible to leave any clue of how to make a film with Marvel as a latch-stitch goodbye card, and now is still going to bring absolutely nothing to DC like I predicted. Thank you for confirming that information.
But yeah, I mean, just for what they let him do, what he was able to do. Yeah, it's for me. It's been a while since I got to watch a Marvel movie that I was excited about before and after. Because we've had a lot that we've been excited before the movie and then slightly disappointed or whatever. This was
Yeah.
there was not for me. There was just nothing wrong with it. That's why I could not pick out a single thing that I was like like it was great. So go out and see it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal.
And I think one of the best things about it, and this isn't really a spoiler because it's said that this is the conclusion of this Guardians Together.
Mhm.
Every character has their story arc come to a conclusion in
Mhm.
some fashion. And I
Mhm.
think that's beautiful to do because, sometimes you look at the Guardians and you think, oh, yeah, Drax is just there for the comedic relief.
Mhm.
His arc finishes here. Mantis, kind of like the weird, awkward, nitwit kind of girl, conclusion. Rocket, conclusion. Chris Pratt's Star-Lord, conclusion. Even this version of Gamora, conclusion. And it was just very good to see that he was able to wrap it all up for them. And, leave it open to if they want to return for future IPs.
Avengers or,
exactly. So you can definitely kind of see where that takes it. And shout out to Karen Gillan as Nebula because she crushed it in this role. And for those who haven't seen it,
I think that's the other thing you just touched on that I think like that was the
just the
performances
little
by
things here
everybody.
that she does.
Oh, but not just her, but I was gonna say the performances by everybody.
Oh, yeah.
The entire
Yeah.
cast up and down. Like it
Brought it.
Yeah,
I
they brought
assume,
it. They
yeah.
for sure
Oh,
brought
they
it for
brought
this
it.
one. Yeah. I mean,
They brought it. And,
I think
Bradley
even
Cooper's not even in the movie, but he brought it.
He brought
I
it.
think even Bradley Cooper mentioned that he was like crying after he saw it. So I was just
Yeah.
like, I mean,
What's more, you just said that to promote the movies. Yeah.
do you not think he was though? Like honestly,
I mean, he's been playing.
Yeah.
He's been playing Rocket for
so long.
yeah,
so long now. Yeah, it's crazy when all that ends. You know.
and
yeah,
phenomenal.
The emotions of it, great stuff. High evolutionary, fantastic villain. Chuck Woody, is that his first name? The actor?
You go ahead and you try to pronounce it. I'm good, dog.
I might have mispronounced it, but phenomenal actor, did so great as the High Evolutionary. You believed him as a villain.
Oh yeah,
who believes in his purpose, and that's all you can ever ask for a good villain. And there was
we're gonna have to do a ranking of villains for like these some like
that'll be a
one-off
short
villains.
list. Okay.
Yeah, because this dude.
And for those who have not seen it, Marvel finally dropped an F-bomb in a movie, and it is done perfectly in my opinion. And I guarantee, because I know Jalen, when he goes and sees it, when it drops, he's gonna be like, "Ha, yep, that was a good one." 'Cause it's literally how any of us would have used the word in our everyday lives.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, go see it. If you have seen it, go see it again, because this thing is an absolute banger. Loved it from beginning to end. Music, song choices, brilliant. There's 2 post-credit scenes for you guys who are in the know, so feel free to sit all the way through the trailers for that, or the credits for that.
Both necessary scenes, I will say too.
Yeah.
Like you have to. Like I think that's the other thing is like a lot of times there's like that one that's kind of like the shawarma eating scene. You know what I mean? This one, I feel like you have to stay. Yeah, they give you something to stay for. So for sure, stay.
But yeah, I think that will do it for us here on this post-credits segment. Gentlemen, let them know where they can find you, Mr. Jalen Holston.
You can find me on Twitter at Jalen Holston. You can find me on Instagram at @ArtByJalen, and you can find me on Twitch at Mokathanos_LGG.
And Mr. Keone McKee.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at Kone. That's KAYOHKNEE.
And you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at NolanKYT, NOLANKYT. As always, thank you guys so much for making us a part of your day. We enjoyed having you be a part of ours. From all of us here at Poi N Soy, good vibes and love, everybody.
Bang, bang.